Bitcoin coming off one of its worst weeks all summer. The cryptocurrency erasing its gains for August, dipping below 10,000 briefly. That happened Friday, but it's bounced back a bit. We're now at 10,702 right about now. Joining us now to discuss the cryptocurrency market is Circle's CEO, Jeremy Allaire. Good morning to you.
Morning.
You know, I think the big question mark about crypto broadly, and we'll use Bitcoin as our sort of base case, but I know we could talk about so many of the other coins and tokens and other things that are out there right now, is really just the correlation between it and everything else and the stock market, and really how correlated you think they are. We saw, obviously, Bitcoin really jumped more, I think, on the news out of, or at least the perception of the news out of Hong Kong with these protests, this idea of capital flight, and that somehow the money was moving there. What do you, what's your explanation for what's happened over the past 2 weeks?
Yeah, I mean, I think there are quite a few things going on. I mean, I think first, clearly, a non-sovereign digital asset like Bitcoin is attractive to people who are interested in, moving capital into a place where they can control it themselves. That's, underscores a lot of the interest that's been there over time. It's the digital gold thesis, and I think a lot of both institutional accumulators of Bitcoin, individuals, and then very specifically individuals in jurisdictions or environments where, the intense concern about capital controls are there. So that's like a underlying thesis, and I think that has had an impact on it for the last, 8 years.
But Jeremy, on that thesis, is it appropriate to think that actually money did move out of China into Bitcoin, or that the price of Bitcoin moved higher on the perception or speculation that this is an example of how it could in the future, but maybe didn't in reality?
Yeah, I think it's likely a mixture of both. And it's obviously not something you can clearly measure at any given time, but it does seem like a mixture of both. I think one other piece to note, though, and this gets to the kind of correlation discussion, which is, last week was a significant kind of risk-off week for equities, right. And you saw obviously there are a lot of holders of digital assets whose, I'm sure, their broader portfolios were taking a hit, and if they had gains, obviously Bitcoin is up over 100%, almost 200%. Over the past 9 months or so. That's a place to take some gains as well. And so I think depending on your the type of holder, so to speak, you're going to see slightly different behaviors during these market moves.
It's weird. It's gold at 1,500. Some people might have thought that, because that's a measure of fiat and whether you're a believer there, and you would have thought maybe Bitcoin would have done better, but it has been holding basically above 10,000. Most people are talking about the G7. Isn't that the 24th through the 26th? And it's on the docket, is it not?
Yeah, I mean, crypto as an agenda item is absolutely on the docket. It's becoming obviously a major topic, not just because of the continued growth of things like Bitcoin, but also the growth in stable coins like US dollar coin and Libra.
So they could do something this week. If there could be a negative event or not. It could be taken either way depending on what's discussed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that we're going to see specific policy, but certainly we're going to hear some perspective out of there.